In this video, I'll be going over how to solve one-step equations. In order to solve one-step equations, we want to use opposite operation in order to get variable by itself. So if you have an addition equation, you want to use subtraction to subtract that number and then get it to the other side so that the variable is by itself. In this case, x plus 8 equals 16. So what we want to do here is use the opposite operation. In this case, it's minus 8 because we have a plus 8 here. By doing so, the plus 8 minus 8 becomes 0. And so you will end up with x plus 0. And when you minus on one side of the equation, you need to do the same on the other. So 16 minus 8 is 8. And if you take x plus 0, it becomes x. So now you got the variable by itself, and that's what we want. And so we bring down the 8, so x will equal 8. Now to double check if this was done correctly, what we can do is plug in the 8 value back into the original equation. So the x will replace it with 8 plus 8 equals 16. That is a true statement. So it tells us that it checked out and is correct. Now what about a multiplication equation? What is the opposite operation of multiplication? In this case, it's division. We would divide by 9 because we have a multiplication equation, and we'll do the same on the other side as well. So 9 divided by 9 is 1. So r times, and we bring down the r, so we will have r times 1 equals, then we have 18 divided by 9, which is 2. Now r times 1 is r, so we will have r equals 2. Now let's double check that and see if we did it correctly by plugging the r back in. So we will have 2 times 9 equals 18. 2 times 9 is 18, and therefore it checked out. And that's how we know r equals 2 is correct. What about a division equation? Y divided by 6 equals 2. So in this case, division is what we're working with. So we're gonna use multiplication for that and multiply 6 on the other side. Division of 6 and multiplication of 6 equals out. So it becomes y. And 2 times 6 is 12. So we have y equals 12. Now let's plug it in and see if this checks out. We have 12 divided by 6 equals 2. Now 12 divided by 6 does become 2. So we know that this checks out and that this is the right answer. Now here's another one. This equation, we can see that it's actually a multiplication because of 5x. This means 5 times x. So what we need to do is using division to get the variable by itself. So all we have to do here is divide the 5x by 5, and then the same for 20. So 5 divided by 5 equals out, it becomes 1, and we got x by itself. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So we have x equals 4. And let's try plugging in. So 5 times 4 equals 20. And that is a true statement. Checks out, and this is the answer. Now what about this subtraction equation? For subtraction, we need to offset it with addition. So we will add 5 and 5 on the other side. So -5 plus 5 is 0. This will become 17. 12 plus 5. And then we got the variable by itself. So m equals 17. By plugging it back in to the original equation, 17 minus 5 is 12. Checks out. M is 17. And here's a final example. This would be a division equation. For this, we would multiply by 4. This crosses out. We bring down the y. 16 times 4 will become 64. 16 equals 64 divided by 4. So 64 divided by 4 is 16. So this checks out. And that is the right answer. So y equals 64 is the answer in this case. So these 6 examples are how you would solve one-step equations. We will also have 2-step equations coming up soon. So please stay tuned. Hopefully this is helpful to you, and thank you for watching.